So, old saying in the car business, right? Time kills deals. I'll kill my webcam too, because I think it'll make it easier for you guys to see. If you've been in training with me, you've heard me say this a cajillion times. I'm not the only person that says this. Time kills deals on the internet. Time kills deals on the showroom floor. Time kills deals on the phone. It's just something that happens. So there's a lot of newer methodology saying, hey, it's all about the quality and not the speed. But if you could have both, if you could reach out to the buyer quickly and keep the quality, I think that is a win-win for everybody. So when you get an internet lead, stop what you're doing. Unless you're physically with the customer or there's some weird thing, stop what you're doing and call that customer. Work the deal. And you don't have to do tons of research before you call the customer. If somebody flips me a live lead during this, I'm going to call the person. You know why? Because I know the call guides. Because I say the exact same thing every single time, and you're probably going to say the exact same thing too. So don't have anxiety where you got to do 2 hours worth of research before you call the customer. Your research should have been done before you ever even dial the phone. What's your response time goal? Have you ever thought about that? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes would even put you ahead of the results that we're seeing now. So just think about your response time goal. Whatever that is, hit it. Just do it. Just get it. Commit to it. If I get an internet lead, I'm going to call within 5 minutes because I don't want this deal to die. The hardest part of working an internet lead in today's world is getting the buyer on the phone. You get the buyer on the phone, you got a car deal. And you want to make sure that you're diversifying your follow-up. It's not just about the call. You want diversified follow-up. You want to send emails and text messages. You want to send videos and you want to call. The more ways you reach out to the buyer, the less intrusive it feels to them. They're not going to feel it as hard. And you're also much more likely to reach them. The double call. If you call the buyer and they don't answer the phone, call them again. You call them, they don't answer, call them right back. Sometimes I get crazy. I'll triple call people. And as long as you got a good attitude and you're smiling when you do it, the buyer's not going to get upset. All right, let's take a look at the first response internet call guide, okay? First response internet call guide. This is a guide. It's not a script. If you need to adjust a word or two to make it your own, fantastic. If you hit on the stuff in this guide, chances are you're going to be wildly successful when you call the customer. And we have call guides for just about everything, okay? So let's hit this. The intro. Hey, buyer, I appreciate you taking my call. This is Kyle from the dealership. Just say whatever dealership you are from. There's different schools of thought. Did I catch you at a good time? Did I catch you at a bad time? Did I interrupt anything important? There's different sayings you could say on this, but what I usually like saying is just, hey, buyer, I appreciate you taking my call. This is Kyle from, and then I tell them where I'm from. If it was a bad time, if they didn't want to take my call, chances are they wouldn't have answered the phone. So instead of asking, hey, did I catch you at a good time? I just assume it's okay because they answered. Thank you and acknowledge progress. I wanted to call and say thank you for going to and requesting a. Thank you for going to TrueCar and requesting information on that Corolla, or flip the verbiage up, okay? What I usually like saying is, I wanted to call and thank you for going to TrueCar and taking a look at that Chrysler 300. I wanted to thank you for going to our website and checking out that F-150. I wanted to call and thank you for going to XYZ to look at the ABC. So just thank them for doing whatever they've done and then confirm the availability. I double check to confirm, and it looks like that truck that you're interested in is still available. Now, if I print this call guide out in the live class, what I'll usually do is I'll have somebody write the word pause right here. I'll have the whole room write pause. In this little gap right here, you want to have a pause. Notice this and notice what most people say. Most people call up and go like this. Hey, buyer, did I catch you at a good time? Hey, it looks like you went to TrueCar or our website or Edmunds or Kelley Blue Book or cars.com or whatever, if they even acknowledge the progress. It looks like you're interested in a Jeep Cherokee. Can I answer any questions for you? Did you need the information? When you say Do you need any more information? Do you have any questions? Did you find a car that you like? I'm sorry, I don't have that car, but I have something else. Whenever you start hemming and hawing and you're not going for it, you're just opening up a bunch of stuff that doesn't need to get opened up. They've spent 15, 20, 30 hours doing research at this point. They gave us their first name, their last name, their email address, and their phone number. It is safe to say that they're interested in this car. It is safe to say that they want to do something, or they wouldn't have given us their information. So keep the momentum of this thing alive. Hi, buyer. I wanted to thank you for going to whatever website they went to. Compliment their choice in the car, and then tell them that you can help them. Hey, buyer, thank you for taking my call. I really appreciate it. This is Kyle from the dealership. I wanted to call and just say thank you for going to our website and checking out that Ford F-150. What a beautiful truck. And then I wait. I give the buyer a chance to talk. In this gap is where the buyer talks, where the pause comes in. Yeah. What's your website? I saw the F-150 and yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, awesome. I double checked to confirm, and it looks like that F-150 you're interested in is still available. When do you think would be a good time for you to come out and take a look and test drive it? Just go for it. Thank you for doing whatever you've done. I could do whatever you want to do. When is a good time for you to come out? And when you have this type of approach and you have this type of attitude, you're going to set a lot of appointments. So much different than calling up and just hemming and hawing. If no appointment. So then you could flip it up on them a little bit. What are you driving now? So engaging the trade is a great way to pivot and set an appointment. Let's say that 50% of the people trade in a car, okay? Some of you were probably higher, some of you were probably lower. 50% of the people trade in a car. If they don't give you an appointment here because of price, availability, whatever, get super excited about their car. What are you driving now? Oh, cool. I love that. That's a great choice. I'm glad you bought that 3 years ago. You know what? We need cars like that. And then try to sell them an appointment based on their trade. You could also do it based on the test drive. You know, it sounds like you don't need to buy a car right away, which is good because it takes the pressure off of you to buy one, takes the pressure off of me to sell one. Why don't you come out and just drive it? It'll give you something to compare it with while you're shopping. So if you don't get an appointment, pivot to the trade-in, okay? Engage that trade. And then you could also go to the test drive. I set a lot of appointments, a ton of them, just based on the trade. And then if you get nowhere, you could try and open the buyer up with some questions like this. Hey, I know you're originally looking at a new F-150. Is there a chance? I mean, would you even maybe be open to taking a look at one of our certifieds with a 100,000-mile warranty that's almost new? Are you looking for just an F-150? Would you consider A? And then these are just either or type of questions. This is just to remind you, to prompt you to, if you don't get the appointment on the vehicle that you called them on, flip to other stuff and they might be open. All right, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you for taking the time to come on this. I promise you, if you use these steps and you call customers with, thank you for doing whatever you've done, I can do whatever you want to do, when's a good time for you to come out, and you just assume you're going to have an appointment, you'll set a lot more appointments. When you are calling customers in this environment, in this world, you're almost calling to confirm an appointment, not to even set one. The appointment's done, okay? They're going to set an appointment. Have that I'm just calling to confirm it type attitude, and you'll be surprised how many people will go right along with it. All right. Thank you guys for being on here, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.